Welcome on this video about Osteodouce, a new method of osteopathy discovered by Jacky Roux in 2000, a famous French osteopath. So while using Osteodouce, we can remotely scan any part of the body, joint, organ, ligaments, arteria, and we can remotely adjust any part of the body structure. I know that sounds odd as this method is new, but in France, actually, hundreds of therapists are practicing this method, including osteopaths and doctors. I am myself an osteopath. I did study cranial osteopathy during 4 years in France, and in my cabinet, I practice now nearly exclusively Osteodouce, because this method provides better results for my patient than classical osteopathy does. About the founder of Osteodouce, about Jacky Roux. So, as I said previously, he discovered this method in 2000. I met Jacky Roux in the 90s. We were friends. We were from the same area in France. I am from Evian in France, in the Alps, near Switzerland, and he was from Thonon-les-Bains. It is just 10 kilometers from Evian. So we were friends. I studied classical osteopathy first, and I was curious to his method, and I met him, and I had the chance to spend 2 days in his cabinet while he was working, and I could see the effective and the positive results that he achieved for his patient during his practice. So Jacky Roux passed away in 2017, early 2017, in the end of January 2017. Jacky Roux was a very generous person. He was a very wise person. He was a very humble person. He was from the mountain. He doesn't like to speak so much. He was a very humble and very grounded person. For me, as a teacher, Jacky Roux is a model of teacher, very, very humble. In my study of classical and cranial osteopathy, I had a lot of teachers. Most of them was had a lot of ego. And to me, personally, Jacky Roux is a fantastic model of man and teacher. A very, very wise, generous, and humble kind of man. Jacky taught to hundreds of people, hundreds of students. Some were osteopaths and doctors, but most of his students never had any previous background in anatomy or physiology. Most of the students were interested in energetic healings, in Reiki, in acupuncture, in psychotherapies. So during the training, the students learn anatomy in a practical way and in a simple way. The seminar with Jacky Roux was only 3 times 3 days. That was 3 days in a weekend, and after 2 months, another seminar for 3 days, and another seminar of 3 days. Only 9 days of training. What is important when we learn Osteodouce is the practice. You can be alone. When you understand the principle of the method, you can learn by yourself, exactly like a musician. You don't need to have a teacher next to you to practice your instrument. You need to understand the method, the principle of the method, the anatomy of the bones only, so it is very simple, and after you start to practice. After the first 3 days of the first seminar, students were able to achieve effective and positive results for the pelvis. The first seminar was the principle of the method, and the pelvis. After 3 days, you can practice on the people. If you have people around you or in your cabinet or relatives, friends, family who have problems like lower back problem or hip problem, you can achieve wonderful results after only the basic of the first seminar. So, about myself, I consider Osteodouce as a revolution in the way of treating the body. I consider that Osteodouce is the next step of osteopathy. Andrew Taylor Still, the founder of osteopathy in the 1870s, so 150 years ago, Andrew Taylor Still was a vitalist. He did believe in a vital energy. He believed exactly like now we talk about the chi, or we talk about the prana, or we talk about the orgone. Andrew Taylor Still, the founder of osteopathy, believed in universal energy. And Osteodouce is all about universal energy. When you start to master the method, it takes quite a while, and I'm here as a teacher to explain, to help you to get this feeling. Once you get this feeling, it is beautiful to work. You're going to have wonderful results, and this type of practice is wonderful because you need to stay still and to observe, to surrender to the universal energy, to let the movement of life do the work. You have nothing to do. You just have to focus, to know the basic of anatomy, to focus and to let the universal energy works. One key also is you need to be in love. Jacky Roux used to repeat and to say, more you are in love into yourself, you connect yourself to love, the universal love, the incarnational love, more you are inside, grounded into love, faster are the results. As I said, this method is very effective, is very powerful, very gentle and very powerful, and very simple to learn. This is also one of the revolutions of this method. Myself, I study cranial osteopathy, I study anatomy, physiology, biology, embryology, neurology. That was a hard study. Osteodouce provides the same kind of result, I will say better result in my own experience. I have much better result practicing Osteodouce. That's why I practice nearly exclusively Osteodouce, and this method is very simple to learn compared to a classical osteopathy. So I repeat, the quality of Osteodouce needed to practice this wonderful method is stillness, knowledge of the bone, mainly the bone, focus, and a quiet attitude, a lovely attitude, I will say. We need to be really relaxed when we practice this method, to not be tense, to be really, really relaxed, to have no tension into our own body, and that allow to have quicker results. So I offer a training of Osteodouce on Skype. I am presently the only person who teach this method in English and on Skype. My goal is to spread this French new method, which is a revolution in the way of treating the body, into the world. My goal is to spread this French method worldwide for the people who want to learn a new method of osteopathy, and to help also the people in need of treatment to ease their pain. Actual osteopathy and actual chiropractic have their own limit while manipulating the body, and Osteodouce provides effective results even better results, and those results last. You don't need to see an osteopath or chiropractor every 2 months. Personally, I have some patients, they used to see chiropractors every month or every 2 months, even sometimes every 2 weeks for years to feel good. Those patients come to see me every year just for a checkup, you know what I mean? And actually, they don't come every month or every 3 months like they used to do with a classical chiropractor, but they send me a lot of people so that it works. So everybody is happy. They're happy because they feel good, and they send me people so I can work. This is the good positive aspect of this method. So this method can be learned easily, and if you are interested in healing, you don't need to have a background in anatomy to start the course. We're going to study anatomy together. You're going to learn anatomy with me. If you are already a therapist, and if you provide already therapeutic session for your patient, you can add this method Osteodouce as a new repertoire, and you can combine this method with other methods. As explained on my website, during the course you will learn the different parts of the body, you will learn anatomy, and it is very simple to learn. You will learn the principles of the method, and you will learn to correct the body structures. And you will learn also the different pathologies associated to the different parts of your body, as taught by Jacky Roux. While you will learn Osteodouce with me, you will learn that sciatica, for example, can come, of course, from the pelvis, of course, from the lumbar, but can come also from the ankle, can come also from the base of the occiput, can come also from the jaw. Sciatica can come also from a compression of the occiput and atlas axis. This means the base, the first cervical vertebra. You will learn, for example, that for a shoulder, a problem of the shoulder can come, of course, from the different articulation of the shoulder, like the sternoclavicular, the acromioclavicular, the scapulo-humeral, of course, the 3 articulation of the shoulder, but come also from a problem of the radius and the ulna, of the ulna and the cubitus in English. A problem of the shoulder can come from the skull, different compression into the skull, can come from the temporal bones, can come from the jaw. A shoulder blade problem can come from the neck, very often from the neck. So you need you cannot achieve positive result, and result will last if you, for some people, don't work on the cervical vertebra. The shoulder problem can come from the thoracic vertebra, also very often. Thoracic vertebra can come also from the ribs. Of course, if a ribs is not in a good position, that's going to switch and lock the spine, so that's going to create compensation to the shoulder. So after, that's going to start after months and some years, a problem of pain. And Osteodouce, with Osteodouce, you can scan very, very quickly to make a very positive and efficient diagnosis. And after, so you can quickly check the position of the jaw to see if there is an harmonious movement, and you can find and diagnose in a quick way and efficient way the body to have positive result. So most of the time, one session is enough, but for the people who have some seniority in the problem, if a problem comes from more than 5 years ago, it can ask, sometimes it can be needed 2 sessions or 3 sessions in some case, but most of the time, 1 session is enough to achieve positive results. So if you want to get further information about the training that I offer about Osteodouce in English, I am the only person to offer a training in English. If you are interested to discover this amazing and effective method of energetic osteopathy, please contact me through my website, and please also leave a comment to this video if you feel to. I wish that this video could explain what is Osteodouce. I wish you to have a lovely day and see you soon on my website and through my email. Have a nice day. Thank you. Bye-bye. See you soon. Bye.